Hello and welcome to Digital Signal Processing online lecture series. Myself Rima Rawal from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. In today's session, we are going to see the topic linear convolution from the unit discrete time signals and system. Now in previous session, we have started the linear convolution using graphical method, in which we have seen one example for which we have found the values at the instant n equals to 0, 1 and 2 out of 5 instances, that is the n equals to 3 and 4 are left to find out. That we will continue in this session. So first of all, let us revise the linear convolution formula. So the linear convolution formula is y of n equals to summation of k equals to minus infinite to infinite x of k into h of n minus k. Using this formula, we will place the values of n and k into this and we will find the instances. Now the methods for computing linear convolutions are mathematical method, tabulation method and graphical method, out of which we are doing right now graphical method. So in the graphical method, the example which we have seen in the previous session has the data where x of n was 1, 1, 1 and h of n was 1, 0, 1. Okay. Now for this we have defined the range of n and k. So here the range of n will be 0 to 4, because over here it is 0, 1 and 2 and h of n has the instant 0, 1 and 2, where lower range is 0 and higher range is 2 plus 2, that is 4. So n equals to 0 to 4 and k's range will be according to x of n, that is 0 to 2. Okay. So these are the range of n and k, for which we need to find y of 0 to y of 4, right? In the last session we had the values of y of 0, y of 1 and y of 2. Now other two, that is y of 3 and y of 4, we are going to find in this session. The value of y of 0 was 1, the value of y of 1 was 2 and the value of y of 2 was 2, right? So now let's start with the n equals to 3 instant. So for n equals to 3, y of 3, that is according to the formula y of n, that is y of 3 equals to summation of k equals to 0 to 2 x of k into h of n minus k. Over here n is 3, so it will be h of 3 minus k. We can call it as h of minus k plus 3, right? So first of all, let us plot a graph of x of k according to given x of n, right? So over here x of n given is 1, 1, 1 and h of n is 1, 0, 1. So x of k has the values at the instant 0, 1 and 2. Values are 1, 1 and 1 and h of minus k plus 3 will be right shifted by 3 positions from the h of minus k. So first of all we will plot h of minus k. So over here you can see h of n is 1, 0, 1 at the instant 0, 1, 2. So to plot h of minus n, that is flipped sequence, we will flip it to the left. So now we will have the instant 0, minus 1 and 2, sorry minus 2 for h of minus k, where at instant 0 the value is 1, at instant minus 1 the value is 0 and at instant minus 2 the value will be 1. Okay, so from this we need to find a graph of h of minus k plus 3. So this will be the right shifted at these instances. That means now this minus 2 will shift right to the 3 instance, that is it will now go to y minus 1, 0 and 1. So now we will have the values at the instant 1, 2 and 3, where at instant 1 the value is 1, at instant 2 the value is 0, and at instant 3 the value is 1. Okay, so now we will multiply this 2 according to the formula to get y of 3. Okay, so now as you can see, for y of 3 over here at instant 0 the value is 1, but here at instant 0 there is no value, so we are not considering it. Now the next instant is 1 over here, where the value is 1, and here at instant 1 the value is 1. So we will multiply the respective elements. So here it will be 1 into 1 plus here at instant 2 the value is 0, and here at instant 2 the value is 1. So we can say that it will be 1 into 0. Now here at instant 3 the value is 1, but here at instant 3 there is no value, so we cannot consider it, or else we can take it as 0. So from this we can say that y of 3 is 1. Okay, so this is the answer of y of 3, right? Similarly, now we will find the value of y of 4, and we can shift it by one position from the h of minus k plus 3, or else we can shift by 4 instances from h of minus k. Okay, so now for n equals to 4, according to the formula we will have y of 4 that is equals to summation of k equals to 0 to 2 x of k into h of n minus k, that is 4 minus k, or as you can say h of minus k plus 4, right? So now first of all let us plot the graph of x of k, which is 1 1 1, then we will plot h of minus k plus 4. For that we can do two things. That means we can shift it by the 4 instant on the right side from h of minus k, or else from the previous one, that is from h of minus k plus 3, we will shift it by the 1 instant on the right side. So here we are drawing first of all h of minus k, for which we will consider h of n given to us, which is 1 0 1, right? So it will be at instant 0 minus 1 minus 2, having the values 1 0 and 1. Now we will shift it on the right side by 4 instances. So now this will go to 1 2 3 and 4, that means it will go at the instant 2. So now we will have h of minus k plus 4 at the instances 2, 3 and 4, right? We'll have not values at instant 0 and 1. So at instant 2 the value will be 1, at instant 3 the value is 0, at instant 4 the value is again 1. Okay, now we are going to multiply this 2, that means x of k into h of 4 minus k for the respective instant values, right? So for y of 4 over here at instant 0 in x of k, that is 1. Here at instant 0 there is no value, so we can neglect it. At instant 1 here it has value 1, but here at instant 1 there is no value. So now we are shifting to the next instant, that is at instant 2 over here, which has the value 1, and here again at instant 2 the value is 1. So we can multiply it. So it will be 1 into 1 plus, here at instant 3 has the value 0. Here at instant 3 there is no value, so the rest values will be 0. Similarly, at instant 4 the value is 1, but here at instant 4 there is no value, right? So we can say that y of 4 equals to 1. Okay, so now we have found out all the values for n equals to 0 to 4. So here we have seen that y equals to 0 is 1, y of 1 is 2, and y of 2 is 2. Now next, y of 3 is 1 and y of 4 is also 1. So we can write the final answer like this. That means the convolution output sequence or convoluted signal y of n, that is equals to, we'll have 5 values starting from n equals to 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. For instant 0 the value was 1, at instant 1 the value was 2, at instant 2 the value was 2, at instant 3 the value was 1, at instant 4 the value was 1. At instant 0 we need to indicate the arrow, right? So this is the final output using graphical method for the linear convolution. Okay, so in next sessions we are going to consider one more example with different data for the graphical method only, because for that, using that you can have the clear idea about the graphical method and how to plot the graphs at each and every instant according to the data given. Now in the example given to you in your exam, it may happen that the number of instances in the given data may be variable and the position of arrow may be also variable. So first of all, you need to define always n and k, and according to that you will have to plot the graphs for that. And then you need to find the final convolution output sequence indicating the arrow using the graphical method. Okay, so to make the clear idea more clear, we will again consider one more example in the next session. So I hope this is clear to you now. These are the references. The first one is your GTU syllabus and the second is your reference book, Digital Signal Processing, Principles, Algorithms and Application, 4th edition by Pearson Publication. Now in this unit there are main 2 topics left. So doing one more example of this step, we'll shift to the next 2 topics, out of which the one topic is of the homogeneous solution. That means you will be given a homogeneous equation for which you have to find the solution of it, and we will use it the principle of quadratic formula or the solution of quadratic equation using the unique solution concept. And then we will see one more topic of this chapter which includes autocorrelation and cross correlation, which is very important to you. In autocorrelation and cross correlation we are going to use a tabulation method which we have seen in the linear convolution, and using the fundamentals of autocorrelation and cross correlation we need to find the values of the given sequences given to you and using the tabulation method. So that is again most important for you. So now in the upcoming sessions we are going to consider one example for the graphical method, and then we will move to the autocorrelation, cross correlation topic and the homogeneous solution topic. So then this unit will be over, and then we will move to the next unit, that is Z transform, and the Z transform, its applications for the linear LTI systems, that is linear time invariant system. And the Z transform chapter is most important from the entire syllabus, so kindly attend that lectures and try to understand the concept to find the Z transform from the given data sequences or else discrete time sequences. Okay, so looking forward to see you in the next sessions. Thank you once again.